What's up, you guys? It's been a while. It's Calabar Talk Show with Dave. Yeah, we had so much of the theory part of it, of car maintenance. Let's do a little bit of theory. It's been pretty long for me though, because I've been very busy and I don't have time to, work on my car the way I used to back in the days. And probably because I'm blessed. So let's change our brake pad. It's a simple process for me, and I think it's a simple process for you. So let's simulate and actually change a brake pad in today's discussion. So I'm not going to move the camera though, but there's a wedge in front of the tire, the front tire, and there's a wedge in the other side of the back tire. And I'm starting from here. So the tools you need is this. For me, this is an Asimco brake pad, an original Asimco brake pad. I have a reliable source to get my stuff from. I don't have to check if it's original or not, because when I tell you I need original things, he gives me original things that he knows is original. So this is the original Asimco brake pad. I had earlier changed the front brake pad already, so I want to change the back because I actually converted, my brake drum behind to a brake pad, to make the brake efficient. So now I have parts in front and parts in the back instead of just the brake drum. So, cameraman, please could you kindly come forward a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. So this is an Asimco brake pad. I hear squeaky noises from there too. So I'm going to have an anti-rust. This is Abro anti-rust. This is the G clamp for the piston clamp to clamp the piston. This is a wheel spanner, and this is a jack. So straight up, this is a 17 spanner to lose the caliper. So let's do this. When you ache your back this way, you're gonna put so much pressure on your lower back. So ache your back this way, this way. If you guys noticed, I'm actually dressed in a manner that will allow me perform these tasks. Make sure the car is in park and the handbrake is on for automatic cars. For manual cars, make sure the car is in gear one and the handbrake is on. This brake power, why I want change. So some of you change it for 2,000 naira. Not so high. If I was in a mechanic workshop, I would have had something to see. I went to Isi Alangwa in Abia State, and all these squeaky sounds and squeaky noises are coming from the fact that, you know, the water there, made rust much easier. So I'm going to make sure I use an anti-rust to make this thing a little bit softer. Like I said earlier, was in the mechanic workshop. I did have a wage, something like we have it in the market though, but it's not really necessary because you could always use this. You could use this, put this here to make sure that if your car drops from the jack, it's going to sit on the tire. So this is my 17 spanner. Before that though, let me make sure I soften up these parts that are very rusty. The part you should be concerned about the most is the part where the brake pad comes in contact with the brake disc. I don't know. As for me, probably it's because I'm, you know, probably because I love maintenance of mechanical parts of vehicles, probably airplanes. But I don't know. I hate hearing squeaky noises from my vehicle. And then for my generator, I always make sure I don't hear squeaky noises because, nevertheless, if you have a good maintenance culture, you wouldn't want to be hearing those sounds. In a normal brake pad change, this is not necessary. I'm doing this because of squeaky noises coming out from the brake disc. That's the rotors, which this is called the brake disc, and this is the caliper, and the brake pad is inside. I haven't gotten to the brake pad yet. Normal brake pad change doesn't, demand you to use, this anti-rust. Please, could you come closer? So you have to bend. In my comfort zone, I did use my chair to do this. I'll sit down comfortably well. To be patient with this bolt. This is very hot though. Very, very hot. Very hot because I was wanting to shoot the video now, so I don't wait for it to cool down. It's a new. Sometimes you have to change your body position to have leverage to loosen these things. Now it's easier from here. Now, taking the caliper off. One thing about mechanical parts is even when you don't know what to do, probably you're lost along the way. One thing you have to do is make sure you put all parts just the way you saw them. Take note of how these parts were and put them just the way you saw them. It makes things a whole lot easier, and it makes you not run into trouble. This is my old brake pad. My old brake pad. Notice the clip here that helps it sit properly. Simple brake pad. Just let them watch this. This is just to allow your brake pad have direct contact with your rotors. That's your brake discs. Almost immediately you start driving. So I'm going to do just what I had there already. It's the same. Make sure it's always the same. These brake pads, when they one thing I'm beginning to believe that despite the fact that they are called original brake pads, it gets to a point where they get to, and in a normal human eye, it's not really to that point where you should start touching with the metals. But I think they don't work as they do or as they should at some point. This is not really down though, but it's making squeaky noises a whole lot. So you take this off. take this off, put this here, that there. That one is seated. And this is for the other part of the brake pad. Just make sure you change the parts the way it was. This is normally very tricky because you have to see the sitting. Yeah, you see, this is why you have this G clamp, because when the brake pads are bigger, the piston, the caliper piston now refuses to lap because it's still outside. This is why you have this. So the mechanic still uses this to buy your caliper piston. That's old school. This is way easier. I'm an engineer, we don't like stress. Everything has sense. Make I follow use my medicated glasses like say na walk too. My DOP they laugh. Oh yeah. So when you force the piston in like this, it's better because you won't just easily, put so much pressure on one side of the piston and make it go bad. Make sure your brake pad is seated, correctly how it's supposed to be. Oh, the DOP had to show me that something went off. The guy then begin to learn. The next one, I think they even change himself. He go change some parts, go remain. Confirm seated. You have to be patient, very patient, very, very patient with this. Carefully bring out your tire from under the vehicle. And at this point, be very careful because you're taking out the leverage. So if your car falls down now, to be having impact with the earth surface, you don't want that because you're likely to lose some parts. Always like that. Always like that. Very tricky. Okay. This is the part where you should always watch your mechanic. Because this is the part where they leave you in a dead trap. You don't just tie a particular part so much. You make sure you have, even bolting for the purpose of balance and even wear of your tire. I'm going to do the proper tightening when the tire hits the ground. This is the part where if you didn't change this yourself, you make sure you see these guys do this. Make sure you see them do this. Always confirm this myself so that I'll be sure. Tighten it yourself. Some persons say you shouldn't tie the tire lock so hard, but I refuse. I tie mine quite hard. So I'm going to get to the other side and do the same thing. Pause.